Well, in the news update for Wednesday, March the 7th, can you believe it already? Yes, 2018. We are going to be talking about news that impacts you because it does. Um, I wanted to say, folks, that, uh, well, Best Buy has a computer repair shop called Geek Squad in it, right? And they're my competition. And I think they do good work, but it's just now been found out that there is a probe that these geek squatters, have been hired as FBI informants to do warrantless wiretapping on your device or to look for information and to report anything suspicious back to the FBI. Now, of course, now with Geek Squad at Best Buy, they say, well, they don't. They claim that they're not doing that, have not done that, but a probe has been released saying that they do. So I don't know what the verdict is on that. But this comes from Good Morning America, ABC News. But that's basically what's out there. So I don't know. You don't have nothing to hide. I guess you don't have nothing to worry about. But if you got stuff on your computer that may think that they may think is suspicious when it may not be, could still get you in trouble and get you in some trouble with the FBI, because they do have this probe that goes back about a decade, 10 years, now. And I've heard stuff about the Geek Squad doing stuff like this, in Best Buy before, but I didn't know if it was totally true, and I hope this is really not true. And but basically, I just wanted to tell you that. And then also, a group of kids, I think about 6 suspects, are wanted for stealing a white Dodge pickup and smashing it, going for a joyride into the back of a school bus with 26 kids on it. That was yesterday. They're still looking for these suspects. Well, a criminal actually tries to run away from the cops and ends up ends up run over by his car because he was too dumb to put his car in park. So the car ran him over. That's what I call poetic justice right there. That's just classic dumb criminal there files there. And this was a guy that was arrested on a third WDI. He's drinking while under the influence of alcohol, substance or some substance, and he and he got ran over by his car. Also, last night there was an accident on I-95 out by Chesterfield County. A man stopped to help a fellow motorist to help them, and another motorist plowed right into him. So he was rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. We don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully he'll be okay. Really, I hope so too. My prayers go out to him. It's good that he was trying to help those people, but it's really bad that he got hit on I-95 last night, just trying to be a good Samaritan and all, which is good. And sometimes things happen even when you're trying to do good things. They can happen to you too, because that stretch of road wasn't really all that well lit. And it was maybe the person didn't see him. I don't know. Maybe they were driving and they were tired. Who knows? But all that can be proven in court and stuff like that. So, but anyway, but things just seem to be quiet here so far. Barbara's still being real quiet in her apartment with nothing running, trying to hear everything that I'm talking about or what I'm doing. Like I said, I had the Barbara Poe encounter yesterday outside my door at 2:29 p.m. And every time we have an encounter, we will document it and transmit it on YouTube. Every time she stands outside the door, just proves that I'm not crazy, because she was out there yesterday listening. And so every time that happens, we will document it and have it publicly transmitted. So, like I said, because that's how bad it is, and it's not an act; it's just what she does, and I'm sick of it. And office don't do anything about it, so that's why I'm going to do what I can about it. So like I said, it's a problem. It's an ongoing problem. And there's a lot of slamming doors going on. Lately, she's been really quiet, extra quiet. It's like she's painting this facade of what she is, but she's really not. Like a lizard that's a chameleon that changes colors. But really, she's trying to act differently than what she really is. Because normally, she's really noisy and very disruptive, and very disagreeable, and very disrespectful all the time. So to a lot of people around here. So it gives all men nasty looks. I don't know what all it's about. I still don't understand it myself. but it seems strange. But anyway, nevertheless, it's just the saga of the Poe saga. The latest thing is that we're being quiet sitting in our apartment, and it's been going on for about 6, 7, 8 months. But the slamming doors just stopped maybe about a month ago. And, well, actually less than a month ago, because she went down to Miriam's apartment and went in there and talked to Miriam about something, and she slammed her door real hard. And Miriam said, well, Michael might be in there. And she goes, I don't care if he's up there. And I heard that because I had everything off because I was getting ready to go see my uncle. And that's what I heard because the whole living room shut her door really, really hard. And even Kathy Tucker said something about that too. She didn't know what was going on over there. But that's when she went over there to visit Miriam. And this happened the week before I got the notice. So actually it was less than a month when this occurred. So, she does have a violent side. And right now she's trying to fool people by being a chameleon by the way she's acting, painting something that she's not. And a lot of people that have problems try to put on acts. But those acts don't last very long because she's going to end up stirring up stuff and starting up with somebody else. Once I move out of here, if I move out of here, but once I do move out of here, someone else will take my spot, and she'll probably start something up with them. So, or someone else, because she's sort of like that. She's got a pattern of that all her life. She's always been that way. And that's why she's that way here. And now she's trying to paint this image like she don't do nothing wrong. She's innocent. And she's nothing but innocent, people. Nothing but, to say the least. She's just a good, good liar and a good, good actor. But anyway, like I know, it's just a facade. Because the real monster is there just waiting to lash out. Really. Is there within Barbara Poe, psyche, the dark side, waiting to lash out. Soon, you'll see it. So don't worry, that tape we are going to release really soon. About what happened there on August 17th, doing with slanders, pontifications about me breaking into Wi-Fi's and hacking into computers and Wi-Fi's that Barbara Poe and Patricia Tyler manufactured. And that's where that all came from, disseminated from. And of course, there was no proof or any truth to any of that stuff. And I would never hack into anybody's computer or Wi-Fi here anyway. So, yeah, I might know the knowledge, but I don't do it. I wouldn't break the law. And I haven't broke the law, so I just don't like the infatuations or inflammatory accusations. That's all they really are. So just like everything else that she said and done, like saying I've done things to children or done things to her granddaughter that I heard being spread around here, and then it's just one thing after another, and knocking on windows, all this stuff is just crazy, crazy senile talk, delusional kind of episodes. So, it's just one thing after another. And now the latest thing is to get me out of here on a bunch of baseless, warrantless grounds. So that's the latest thing coming out of that area. That's what's manufactured by Barbara Poe, too. Because she's trying to paint to the landlord that she's just this innocent girl, don't do anything. She's just so innocent, man. And she's nothing but. So, anyway, that's just it. So, the landlord will find out after I move out of here, and when that happens. She'll find out when someone gets in here and she starts her stuff up. I told her we'll put another man across there and see how she acts towards that man. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Because she's like this with all men. I'm telling you, she's gonna lash out and the dark side will come out, boy. It's like, I'm telling you, she's always like that. So. But anyway, like I said, but like I said, the news, another northeaster, brace yourself, is starting to hit up there again in New York, right where we just got over another one. But this one's not going to be nowhere near as big or as bad or as threatening, but it's going to cause some damage, but not like the one we had last Friday. This one is a lot smaller, but it will rain and it will cause a lot of wet snow. Now, some of the models around here kind of conflict with one another. They're kind of very conflicting with one another, as due to the fact of how the snow will come. I mean, some models say, the European model says not much snow or rain for Virginia, but then the U.S. model shows a whole lot of snow and rain for our area. But the European model doesn't show much at all. So we just have to see what happens between Saturday and Sunday morning and into Monday. But it's going to be wet snow. It's not going to be this dry, powdery, puffy stuff. It's going to be wet because we're kind of sort of near the warm area of the storm, you know. So it's not going to be as wet. I mean, as fluffy and dry, because that's the reason why. So anyway, but basically that's pretty much what's going to happen over the weekend. So some of the winds that we're feeling today were very calm. They're not going to get much windier. Might get a little more gustier, but nothing like what we had last weekend. It'll probably be 25 to 30 miles an hour around here sometimes, but it won't get any higher than that. But I mean, the winds we had last Friday, some gusts we had here that were 60, 70 miles an hour at times here at Harbor Square. So they were pretty gusty. But this one we're having now is nothing like that. It's like mild. And it'll be out of here by Sunday. So the winds will subside probably here around Saturday or Sunday, so into Monday. But we'll just have to deal with the rain and mixed bag precipitation if we get that, or snow, wet snow. Mind you, wet snow will be what we're falling, not dry snow. All right. So anyway, so that's pretty much it for today. I hope just be careful out there. I mean, some counties there's a place out there in the United States that is trying a 4-day teacher week in order to attract more teachers because they don't pay as much. I think it's out west somewhere. Can't remember exactly what state it is. But they're doing this in a district as an experiment because it does bring in more teachers because there's less days to work, 4 days a week. So they give teachers and students a 3-day weekend. And how would you, just a question to ask and to ponder, to think about, how would you like your kids to have a 3-day weekend? Do you think that really would matter, or would that make a difference in their grades or their attendance or their overall performance? Or does it really matter at all? Just let me know what you think down in the comment sections down below on YouTube. What you think about having a 4-day school week for your children as opposed to what we have now is 5 full days of school. You would only have 4, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday would be the weekend. I know a lot of kids who hate school would absolutely probably be ecstatic and love that. But those who love school probably wouldn't like having an extra day. So I guess it'd be a mixed bag of results there. So let me know what your opinion is down below. Guys, take care. God bless. It's Michael Silvas in the News Update.